The 2025 Mr. Olympia lineup is officially set, and the 21 qualified athletes are Samson Dauda, Brett Wilkin, Hadi Chupan, Derek Lunsford, Rafael Brandao, not doing the show, Martin Fitzwater, Akim Williams, Brandon Curry, William Bonag, Vitaly Gudvito, Andrew Jack, Nick Walker, Reagan Grimes, Tonio Burton, Sasan Hirati, Berus Tabani, probably won't get his visa, Cheng Longshen, Rubiel Mosquera, Jordan Hutchinson, Dorian Haywood, and Urs Kalicinski. You've just gotten a glimpse of these athletes hitting the back double biceps at some of their most recent shows. Today, as the title suggests, we're ranking all 21 competitors from worst to best in the back double biceps pose. We've already done the front double biceps, where you guys asked for the continuation of the series. I asked for 50 new subs, and we already got 45, since nearly 62% of you watching in the past month are not subscribed. Once again, if we get 50 new subs, we'll continue this series with another episode. So without further ado, let's rank the back double biceps. Just like in the front double episode, we're doing actual matchups and battling to avoid last place. In 20th and 21st place, we have Akim Williams and Urs Kalicinski. Both of them are solid bodybuilders, especially Akim, who from the front and side is one of the most impressive and underrated athletes when he's on. Urs is also a solid newcomer since he recently switched to the open division, winning his first 2 open shows in convincing fashion. However, from the back, I consider them both the least impressive on this 2025 Olympia lineup, basically having the 2 weakest backs. We're judging the entire pose in this video, but their backs are so underwhelming that we don't need to look anywhere else. Between them, I would still give Urs the nod, since Akim's back really looks like it's injured with completely melted lower lats and lower traps as well. So Urs is 20th and Akim is 21st in our list today. Battling for places 18 and 19, we have Dorian Haywood and Jordan Hutchinson. Jordan's back belongs in the same tier with Akim and Urs when it comes to the actual back. In my opinion, his back definitely being his weakest flaw, but he has a very strong lower body. If he were even a bit drier here, his lower body would be one of the strongest in the entire list. Dorian, on the other hand, has a completely superior back, but his legs really showcase the fact that he qualified by winning the Masters. I would still give him the nod for having the better back and being drier, so Dorian is 18th and Jordan 19th in our list today. Battling for places 16 and 17, we have Sasan Hirati and Cheng Longshen. Sasan is the first entry so far that has both a decent back and decent conditioning, but he doesn't have the best structure and has quite underwhelming arms. Cheng Long has the best back muscle separation so far, but lacks muscle density and lat width, as well as the details and muscle separation downstairs. Overall, even though it's not quite obvious, I would still go with Sasan for the win here, for having the more complete look overall. So Sasan is 16th and Cheng Long is 17th in our list today. Next, we have Brett Wilkin and Andrew Jack battling for 14th and 15th. At first, I had Andrew second to last because of his known problems with lower body softness. But watching them side by side, I realized his back double is not all that bad. It's simply bad compared to the first call-out guys where he usually resides. Brett, on the other hand, could use some more muscle overall, but he's in great conditioning and has a pretty balanced look. For me, Andrew Jack still wins. His actual back is pretty strong, having some of the widest lats today. So Andrew is 14th and Brett is 15th in our list today. Just missing out on the top 10, we have a triple threat battling for 11th through 13th in Rubiel Mosquera, Hadi Chupan, and Vitaly Gudvito. We can all agree that all 3 of them are too good for these lower spots. Rubiel's back is definitely from a higher tier than these 2 in this pose, but he might simply be the least conditioned guy on the entire list, and conditioning matters. Hadi's lower body from the back is not as impressive as from the front and side, and his actual back in this pose is arguably his weakest point. Gudvito has a strong lower body, but again his actual back is his weakest point. My rankings for these 3 would be Gudvito in 11th, Hadi in 12th, and Rubiel in 13th. Rubiel would deserve so much more if he were actually peeled. Battling for places 9 and 10, we have Rafael Brandao and Reagan Grimes, both with some of the most balanced back doubles in the world. Reagan might actually have a top 3 back in the world, but still lacks the overall mass to be placed higher in my opinion. Rafael's pose standing by himself looks simply good enough, but he could also use more muscle density and a more polished lower body. They're both strong, but ultimately there are 8 other athletes that are even better than them today. Here I would have Reagan in 9th and Rafael Brandao completing the top 10. Battling for places 7 and 8, we have the current Mr. Olympia Samson Dauda and Tonio Burton. I was actually surprised by how much Samson's pose has improved in the past couple of years, because a few years ago he would have placed much lower. He's also the most massive bodybuilder on the entire list, so that's gotta count for something. Tonio, on the other hand, is a smaller competitor who's actually coming from 212, but he's one of the most complete athletes, looking strong from front, side and back. Between these two, Samson is simply too massive to lose against Tonio, even though standing by themselves you could be giving the nod to Tonio. So Samson is 7th and Tonio is 8th in our list today. If this video gets 700 likes or 50 extra subscribers, we'll continue with other poses as well. Nearly 62% of you watching my channel in the past month are not subscribed. Maybe we can change that. I'm talking to the real ones who might have just forgotten, not the haters. Also, let me know in the comments which pose you want to see next. Battling for places 5 and 6, we have Brandon Curry and Behruz Tabani. Now, some of you might question having Brandon so high in this list, especially above a guy like Samson Dauda. I know Brandon has one of the weakest lower bodies in the world, but hear me out. His back, and the entire upper body for that matter, is simply top 2 or 3 in the world today. Upper body, he might actually be the most complete in this pose, having a world-class back and complete arms and shoulders. Lower body, indeed, he drops, and that's the reason I have him in 6th place. Otherwise, he would be top 3 for me, really. Behruz has a very complete pose, arguably deserving even better, but there are 4 superior physiques on this lineup in my opinion. So Behruz is 5th and Brandon is 6th in our list today. Battling for the 3rd podium spot, we have Martin Fitzwater and William Bonac. Just like with Brandon, some may question William's placing this high, especially now since his back is not what it used to be. I think we could all agree that William in his prime would battle for first. However, even though lacking the width, he still has the thickness through the back and the lower body, actually having one of the most complete lower bodies. William has really packed that smaller frame of his full with big round muscles. Martin, on the other hand, looks more like a younger version of William in a positive way. Aside from some more width, you can't take anything away from Martin's pose here. He's got the thickness, the completeness, the muscle quality and the dryness. Top 3 in the world for sure. So Martin is 3rd and William is 4th in our list today. The top 2 should be obvious for everybody. We have Derek Lunsford, who up until 2025 was the undisputed king in this pose, and of course we also have Nick Walker, the one who allegedly defeated Derek in this pose at the 2025 Pittsburgh Pro. What we're looking at here are 2 even better shots for both. Derek from his all-time best at the Arnold and Nick at his all-time best from the rear at the New York Pro. Things are pretty clear for me and probably for you as well. We could all agree that Derek Lunsford has the best back in the world, Nick included, so if we were judging only backs, Derek would be first. However, when judging the entire pose, there are other factors. And in the back double biceps pose, it's pretty safe to say that Nick Walker simply annihilates Derek Lunsford when it comes to the lower body and the arms as well. Nick has arguably the best hamstrings of all time, and yes, chill out all you fanboys, he's in the same league with Ronnie and Phil when it comes to this. Also, Nick's back is one of the best in the world too, even though not as strong as Derek's. So Nick's overall look is definitely better than Derek's. So Nick is first and Derek is second in our ranking of all 21 qualified athletes at the 2025 Mr. Olympia by back double biceps pose. And that wraps up our ranking of all 21 qualified athletes in the back double biceps pose at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Just like with the front double, this list is based on how I see things right now. Your opinion might be different and that's the fun of it.